Hi guys, so here I am with a video blog that I'd been planning for a little while, but I haven't really written anything down what to say. I'm just going to kind of go off the cuff with it. But today is Misha Collins' birthday. For those of you who don't know, he plays Castiel on Supernatural. And also, he is someone who founded a charity called Random Acts. And basically, what he does is encourage people to do random acts of kindness. And in honor of his birthday, I'm going to back up a little bit. In honor of his birthday, we decided to get together and do a bunch of random acts of kindness for strangers and stuff, and donate money to charity and so on and so forth. Well, in my case, I don't really have a lot of money right now, so I can't donate anything to charity, and I can't really go out very well, by myself because I am a quadriplegic and everybody in my household works all the time. So that means whenever I want to go out, I have to make plans way in advance and get rides and everything. So that's just not very conducive for today. So I thought about it, and I thought, what can I do to help somebody out there? And what I have, I mean, I may not have money or a way to get out and do something volunteering. I have my words, and I can help somebody out there who may need help with coping with an anxiety disorder or depression or self-harming or anything like that, because most of the people on my Tumblr are much, much, much younger than me, and I feel like I've been through a lot of the stuff that they're going through now, and I can be of some help. So let me give you a little backstory. I am 31 years old and I live in Atlanta, and I've had an anxiety disorder for most of my life. I didn't know what it was for the majority of my life. It wasn't until I was an adult that I recognized someone else with the anxiety disorder that I had, and that person inspired me to go and see a doctor and get checked out and get some help for it. So I did. My anxiety disorder comes from untreated post-traumatic stress. I was molested as a younger person by a male member of my family who is no longer in my family. And then years later, I got into a relationship that was extremely mentally abusive, and I went through a lot of neglect, and I ended up having a miscarriage. And then it just kind of all snowballed on top of, everything else that had happened. And I have been seen by a few doctors who say I have post-traumatic stress, but the problem is I don't have insurance that covers mental health. So I can't really go and see somebody to talk to about it. The only thing that my insurance will pay for is medication. So I take medication, and I've had to learn to help myself, so to speak. And that has made me a huge advocate of helping yourself get through things, because number one, it empowers you, and it teaches you that you can get through anything that happens. It teaches you independence also. And lastly, it teaches you to see more value in yourself so that you are less likely to relapse than, say, someone telling you what to do. Now, this does not mean I'm anti-therapy. I'm not. I am very much in favor of therapy if you have the the means to do it. But if you don't, or if you don't want to talk to strangers or whatever, there are things you can do for yourself. Number one, since I also have a chronic pain problem because of my quadriplegia, I've learned meditation breathing, yoga breathing, that kind of thing. And it sounds very new agey and mystical, but that kind of thing really does work. You have to discipline yourself to do it every day. And the primary thing is you have to understand that nothing is going to be an overnight fix. It's taken me about 10 years to get to a place where I can function in daily life. And I still struggle. I'm not going to lie and say I'm all better because I'm not. I had a really bad relapse this year, and it was the worst relapse since I was in the worst of it after my miscarriage. I was really wondering if I even wanted to live this winter, and luckily, I had some people in my life who I don't know if they recognized what I was thinking or going through per se, but they know me well enough to know that when something isn't right, they can step in and sort of help me pull myself out of it. And that's actually how I got to be a fan of Supernatural. My friend Cody suggested that I start watching the show because I was looking for something to distract myself, because I would just kind of sit here and stew all day in the things I couldn't do or things I'm not doing or things I should be doing, goals I haven't met yet, things like that. And my friend Cody, she thought that I needed some distraction, so she suggested I start watching Supernatural because I like that kind of thing. You know, it's my job, my normal job is related to paranormal things. I'm a paranormal researcher and a reincarnation researcher, and she thought maybe I would enjoy the show. So I started watching it, and I got really into it. And I watched all 8 seasons in about 6 weeks. And I started writing fan fiction, and I realized one day that I was getting up in the morning and feeling excitement about the day to come because I had something to do, something to channel my energy into, which is writing fan fiction. And I was a writer. I've published a couple of books, and there came a point when writing became like a job instead of a passion, and I couldn't deal with the stress of it's a lot of pressure to put out something great every single time. And with fan fiction, there was no pressure. It was just something fun to do. And then through that, I rediscovered why I started to be a writer in the first place. The enjoyment, the creativity, the craft, all of it. And that is bringing me in a roundabout way to my second point. You have to find something you're passionate about. And you have to channel that energy, that anxious, depressive, need to self-harm energy into something you're passionate about. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what it is. You know, there's no rules about what you're passionate about. If you are passionate about Doctor Who, Supernatural, what's the other popular stuff? Teen Wolf, Twilight, Twilight. You know, then go ahead, get into that. I don't, you know, it doesn't matter because the point is, chances are you're probably younger, and you may be in high school or college when you're watching this video. It doesn't matter what those people think of you at that stage in your life because the fact is you're really not going to know those people 10, 20 years from now. I only have about 3 people that I still know from high school. And those people were my friends. The people who bullied me, the people who called me Ghoul Girl and, you know, said I was Stephen King's love child or whatever it is that they were trying to tell me that to make me feel bad about myself. I don't know those people anymore. I couldn't even tell you their names anymore or where they live or anything. So if you're getting bullied in school, it's going to get better. You just have to take one breath at a time, one foot in front of the other, and you have to keep going, because when you become an adult and you develop who you are, when you are my age, individuality is much more important than conforming. And I promise you that is true. It doesn't sound like it's true. It sounds very utopian, but I promise you it is true. I am one of those people that has very strange interests, and I don't apologize for it. I am who I am, and it's taken me a long time to get here, especially being a quadriplegic, because I've had a lot of people, make fun of me, and I've had people ignore me, or people overlook me, or people say I'm no good contribution to society. I mean, my own aunt and uncle, who I don't speak to anymore, once said that I belong in an institution with my own kind because I'm a burden to my mother and to my other family members, which is absolutely not true. And when they said that, I was still in high school, and it really, really hurt me. Because at that age, things do seem a lot more emotionally sensitive than they actually are. And now, yes, I still have my anxiety disorder. That's never going to go away. That there is no cure for anxiety disorders. But I know that pain is only temporary. And when I feel pain start to happen, I push myself into one of the things I'm passionate about. I am a Civil War researcher, and like I said, I'm a reincarnation researcher, a paranormal researcher, I'm a writer, I'm a painter. All of those things make me an individual, and they all give me value as a human being. And if you look hard enough, you are going to find those things in yourselves. They exist in you, no matter how worthless you feel. There is value for every single human being on this planet. It's very hard to get to that place, but I promise you it will happen, but you have to be willing to do the work. And lastly, what I want to say is that if I can live a full life being quadriplegic and saddled with chronic pain issues and anxiety disorder and chronic depression and medication for this and that and hypertension and so on and so on and so on, then anybody can live a full life. These conditions do not define me as a person. They make up pieces of me, but they don't define me. I'm a daughter, I'm a niece, I'm a granddaughter, I'm a sister, I'm a lot of things, but I am not my anxiety disorder, and my anxiety disorder is not me. And that's the main thing I want you to understand. It doesn't have to define you. Okay? So, that is basically what I wanted to say, and I hope that I was able to help somebody out there.